Hello, I'm Steve and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of COMET.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm the COMET Product Manager.
Well, Mark, it's great to be here today. It's a wonderful spring day in Aberdeen, and we get the chance to talk about incident management, and in particular incident management software. It's quite important to me. I think you know my background. I used to be a senior health and safety guy in years past, and it's a subject that's very close to my heart, not least because it's really, really important. But that's not to say it doesn't come with its challenges and its pain points, because there's an awful lot out there in the market as far as incident management software is concerned, and you've got to be careful which one you pick. Some of the common challenges typically around those larger, more complex systems, those EHS enterprise systems, they are big and they are quite complex. They take an awful lot of training in order for users to be able to get them into their organisations and give them value from day one, and ultimately they can be quite costly. That's not great, of course, for an organisation that wants to be able to put something in nice and quick and make it slick. At the point of reporting, it's nice and easy, so that of course they get that wonderful learning, almost from switching it on out of the box, which has been one of our challenges, of course. But equally, there's some pain for those organisations that don't have an incident management system. We know from speaking to lots of customers that some use paper systems still, some use Excel spreadsheets. And the challenge you've got there, of course, is that how do you consistently make sure that you collect the right kind of data that gives you, at least a fighting chance of working out, why something happened, and equally, making sure that it's easy to report as well. You've got to encourage your staff to want to report something. They've got to have the trust that something's going to happen with that information as well. And ultimately, of course, you want to be able to learn from that and make sure you can put those wonderful preventive actions in place to make sure that those things can't happen again. So there's challenges whichever way you look at these sort of things. So it's not just as easy as pop out to the market, buy some software, turn it on, and everything's okay. It really isn't that easy. And to that extent, I know that one of the things that we do as a COMET team is we do a lot of research. We speak to a lot of customers, and I know as the COMET product manager, you've been doing an awful lot of that, and I'm interested in what they've been telling you and how that's informed the build that you've been responsible for putting together.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We do a lot of research. In fact, we get a lot of feedback from clients. One of the biggest points of feedback on incident management software that they're using, other companies, is that their products are big and cumbersome and slow. If they need to change anything, there's a cost involved in that. And what we're really looking to do is make something that's nimble, quick, easy for someone to pick up very quickly, and make it as accessible as possible. Because as you said, it's really important that people are empowered and able to report these things as fast as possible. So to that end, what we did is we actually looked at our pre-existing incident management software. We realized very quickly that was a really exciting opportunity to bring that more into the COMET family, the COMET ecosystem. And as soon as we're in that world, all the data is intermingling, talking to each other. And it allows organizations to develop that resilience through systemic root cause analysis, from incident report all the way through to the investigation. So with incident management, our version of incident management, we'll be offering COMET Lite straight out of the box for users or organizations, that have the full COMET license. They can then promote that to a full COMET investigation if it's warranted. And that's a really exciting place to be, because it enriches the investigation process. It really provides clarity, and it stops things getting lost in translation between incident and events being reported and the investigation process.
I can see that, because again, another one of those common challenges that I see in those EHS systems is that they'll do that little bit about recording something, classifying it, reporting it, and you've got to then send it somewhere else to investigate it and understand why that occurred in the first place. So interesting to learn that that the feedback from our customers was, wouldn't it be great if you could actually integrate the investigation module into the overall process, because that's a real it's a real unique selling point. It's a real differentiator for us, of course.
Yeah, we hope so. That unique selling point is absolutely, I think, at the core of what we're trying to do here. I keep referring to COMET as an ecosystem of products. So we have incident management, we have Investigate, we have Assured for audits and inspections. And again, in that world where everything's talking to each other, it just provides such exciting opportunities for improvement for organizations.
Fantastic. Mark, you started to touch on some of the benefits that a system like COMET Incident Management can bring to organisations, and there's one thing in particular I wanted to pick up on there, and that's about efficiency. Because of course you want this truly end-to-end process so that you're not having to go into other systems and come back and upload data. That's not efficient. Having it all in one place is really, really important. And it's not just about safety events, is it? Because we know the existing COMET platform can cater for safety, environmental, quality, cyber incidents, ethics and compliance issues. We want this system to be used by anybody in the organisation to report anything that is either gone wrong or has got the potential to go wrong. So you get that real organisational, uplift from these things. And by making it simple, again, just picking on some of your language earlier on, which I think is really important, just being able to pick up a smartphone and log something really quickly, really efficiently, having that sent to the right people at the right time so you get that organisational response is really, really, really important. And I think the final thing, when we talk about customisation versus configuration, the ability to get this system out of a box, implemented in a really, really cost-effective way with very, very little training and almost immediate payback, has got to be one of the biggest benefits out there. But again, I know that you and your team have been responsible for building this, so it sounds great when we say to you, Mark, build something that can do all of this. You've got to do it, of course, but I know there's some really unique features that have been introduced in this new and improved incident management module, and it'd be just great to hear about some of those.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, let's go back to the point about client feedback and capturing all that from the market. One of the most critical things we identified was that this needed to be a mobile-first application. So that meant a slight departure from previous methods, previous applications.
Which was just a desktop version.
Exactly. Yeah. So the bulk of the Investigate module is meant to be done on the desktop. With incident management, we knew that the very beginning of that process was most likely going to be recorded on a phone, a smartphone, or a tablet, a mobile device.
Yeah.
So it was absolutely critical that this had to be suitable for that. What we've managed to do is pair up our mobile experience with a desktop experience, so they've got the best of both worlds. On top of that, we also have a lot of configurability. You mentioned that as well. Rather than customization. So that allows us to make sure that we are shipping quality code, but as you said, it means that clients can turn things off and on as they see fit straight out of the box.
Because everyone's different, aren't they?
Exactly.
They're all a bit different, that's what I've learned.
There's absolutely no need for them to come to us to ask for a feature change if they can just turn it off or turn something on or opt something in and to a specific workflow. Again, that's another huge benefit of bringing it into the COMET family, where I think you touched on earlier the safety types, different types of investigations can actually be coded. We can draw from that and quantify reports by that according to that taxonomy straight off the bat. That's very important for a number of reasons, because as you know, the Investigate module especially has a lot of contextual information in there that helps guide the user and basically prevent them from becoming confused and seeing language that they wouldn't expect if they're in the quality world instead of the safety world. The other thing I probably need to speak about is it's an entirely configurable RAM. So we will ship something with default settings. We will shift incident management with a default RAM, but customers are open to change that however they see fit. It is really meant to work for them, for you. It's your software, you know what I mean? So you should be able to use it how you see fit. Additionally, there are other options that you can turn off and on. So there's things like email notifications, notifications going through the app.
So that plays to the point, doesn't it, about making sure that as soon as something does happen, you've got a nice simple place to
Yeah.
record it.
It's meant to be nimble.
Got you.
So
got you.
it's got
and
to
instantly
be,
it goes
yes,
to the right people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So someone can report something on the other side of the world if they really want to. And if it's set up in such a way, someone in an office, a head office, can actually get a notification that actually happened. But in the real world, it'll probably be someone who's in the same region at least, picks that up, analyzes it, classifies it, and then decides what to do next with it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. And I know a lot of organisations have gone, heavily into Power BI for reporting needs as well. I mean, no, that's really, really important. And I think I'm right in saying that we're going to build Power BI reports into the actual module itself.
Yeah, so we've already got them in other COMET family products. So it would be remiss not to include it in here, and we'll be including embedded Power BI reporting in that as well. In addition to the standard PDF export, that sort of thing, and the worked hours reporting, which I think you know more about than me.
Well, it's an important part because we know that the ability to log exposure hours for different worker types is really important because benchmarking is important to a lot of our customers. We've heard that from some feedback as well. And the ability to be able to get those total recordable incident cases, those frequency rate outcomes is really, really important. So, that's very much a new and improved feature over and above the existing incident management module. And I think that just brings me as well just to kind of reflect on where COMET's come from as well. I mean, goodness me, 12 years ago, COMET was a paper-based system solely for investigation and root cause analysis, and it's the best out there. And about 7 years ago, that was digitized, and we made it into an app which has been used by thousands of people across the world with really, really great benefit. And since then, we've added more features, more functionality, and you mentioned the word ecosystem. This suite of additional tools and modules you can get now. So not only have we got the ability to investigate and root cause analyze, you can use it for audits and inspections, and also root cause analyze findings from that. We've got our AI module that can ingest thousands and thousands and thousands of unstructured and structured records.
Which only becomes more powerful now that incident management's in the same
Exactly, because of course you're feeding the machine, aren't you, of course, and that's what machines love, lots and lots and lots of data. And we've also got the supply chain module, which looks at, supplier onboarding and supplier risk management. So, it just made sense to us that, the addition of the incident management module, I hate the phrase square the circle, but it just completes the picture for us. We've got a true end-to-end system that you can buy little individual parts of, you can put it all together, it all speaks to each other, to your point, the common language, a common taxonomy, because what we're really after, of course, is that genuine root cause learning so that our customers can make sure that they don't miss the opportunity to put something really important in place, keep their people, keep their assets, keep the environment safe. It's a really great place to be.
The chance, you go back 12 years and then 7 years. I joined the company only 2 to 3 years ago, and the change that we've seen in COMET, even in that time, is monumental. And you're absolutely right, the chance and the ability to derive actions and enact meaningful change is really, really exciting. So that really drives me, to be honest.
Me too. Fantastic. Please do visit us at cometanalysis.com, request early access to the system, sign up for a demo. We'd be delighted to show you some of the new features and benefits of the incident management module.